Welcome to another Hero Arts video. This one's on the flip side of clear stamps. By the flip side, I mean that we're going to ink the side of the stamp that we would normally mount on the acrylic block. So go ahead and place the stamp on the block the opposite way that you normally would. This is a great way to get more from your stamps by using both sides. For this project, we're just going to ink the edges of the flip side. This will give us a nice border. If you wanted to, though, you could go ahead and ink the whole flip side, and then you'd get a solid shadow. This reverse mounting technique works really good for clear stamps that have a symmetrical shape, like circles, Christmas trees, squares, things like that. All of the frames that come with the sparkle clear little letters work really well for this. Here I'm using the M, as you can see, that has the little scallop to it. I'm actually creating a graduation card for a friend here. So what I'm going to do is stamp one of these borders for all of the letters for the message that I'm going to put inside of a special little kind of card. And so the message is going to be woohoo! So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this border for all of those letters, plus a few extras in case I make a mistake. So now I'm all done stamping the border, so I'm going to go ahead and use a baby wipe to clean this reverse side of the clear stamp. And I clean the block with it too. I just think it works really well. Then I'm going to rub it a little bit, because sometimes the baby wipes leave a little bit of fuzz. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount the stamp the normal way on the opposite side of the block that I was using before, and that way if it got a little damp from the baby wipe, it'll still stick good. And then I'm just going to go right over the borders that we stamped and do the outline side now. Since these are clear stamps, it's easy to see where you want to line everything up, but it doesn't have to be exact. I think that's part of the fun of it, is that when you do the border like that, since the ink is uneven anyhow, if you don't have to worry about lining it up perfectly with the scallops. So after I get done stamping all the frames, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the letters for my message. Now I'm going to go ahead and punch the letters out. This is a 1.5 inch circle punch from EK Success, and it really fits the frames perfectly. And here's a little trick too. When you punch these out, if you flip your punch upside down, you can line it up perfectly. Ta-da! I also punched out some circles from chocolate note cards to use for the backs of the letters. Here's the top of my box. I colored an art flower with the same ink that I used to stamp a border with. And now the fun part begins. This is kind of a special little card where all of the letters that make up the message are going to be stuck to the ribbon, and then the ribbon's going to be stuck to the lid of the box, so that when my friend opens it up, the message will be revealed. So you can see I cut a slit just a little bit bigger than the ribbon, and then I passed it through, and now I'm going to get a bunch of glue dots and really put a bunch of glue dots on this part so it'll stick to the lid. You don't have to use glue dots, of course. You could use any kind of adhesive that you want. I just like the glue dots because you don't have to wait for it to dry, and it holds really well. So like I said here, I'm being really generous with the glue dots. And I'll trim off this little extra overhang or ribbon now that I know how big it's going to be. Lots of glue dots. And then when you put this in your lid, you want the ribbon to kind of hang nicely. So you want to kind of position it so that when the lid is open from the box, the ribbon will hang down kind of like so the letters will be facing forward. Sorry, I kind of went off camera there a little bit. Now what you're going to want to do is glue your letters to the ribbon using the glue dots again. So here I'm just putting a glue dot in the center of the punch circle letter, and then just kind of position it in the center of the ribbon. Okay, so the first letter for your message, you want to leave a little bit of extra space between the lid and the letter so that when you put it in the box, you have enough room, so like enough wiggle room so that you can get it in there good. Okay, now I'm going to continue putting the letters for my message on the ribbon. And for these letters, I just kind of put them a finger width apart. It just needs a little bit of room for the ribbon to be able to fold. Okay, so now I have all my letters glued to the ribbon, but you can only see the first three. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking just a regular glue stick and I'm putting a generous amount on the back of the letter, and then I'm going to take one of those chocolate circles and put it over the back, making a sandwich. And then I'm just going to keep doing this for the rest of the letters, just making that sandwich with the letter and the chocolate note card circle. So now all the letters are glued to the ribbon, and I'll show you how to place it in the box. Start with the furthest end from the lid, and you just want to kind of fold one forward and then one back. So forward and then back, and then forward and then back. And then when you get to the lid part, you have that little bit of extra wiggle room so that you can get it all in to fit. Okay, so now let's see what this looks like when you open it. Woohoo! And there you have it, the flip side of clear stamps and a message in a box. Thanks for watching.